Right. So yeah, good to see guys in the room. Yeah, just in case you're wondering, this is a woman's business, but a man also can do. Yeah. Yeah. So my name is James. I'm going to be presenting on inviting. Just how Jorina mentioned about the name list, right? So the name list is a resource in this business, but if you don't capitalize on it, right, then it's worthless, right? So this topic will help you to start inviting immediately. If people don't know you're doing new skin, then technically your business is not running, right? So we'll learn strategic steps to do new skin, and also clear your doubts that you need to have a lot of friends or need to have to pet people to do this business. Yeah. So next slide, please. So before we begin, let me share about my personal story. Like, why am I doing this business? So actually, I'm an engineer by background. I still am. I have a scholarship job in my engineering company. My dream is to be able to travel freely and do the things I love, like skiing, skydiving, and be able to have the freedom to really enjoy life. You know, not having to work every day in a job and till I'm 60. But a long time ago, I was actually very fat. At the time, I was quite lost in life. But the danger was at the time I thought life was very comfortable. It's like I have games to play, I have food on the table. Didn't feel like there was a need to change. So that was in secondary school, 10 years ago. I was 108 kilograms at the time. Like, I was so fat that I remember that I was playing basketball once, I tripped over myself and fell. So that was very embarrassing. So I was very fortunate that somebody invited me to go to the gym. That was my JC school teacher. Yeah, so sometimes your angel in life can come from anywhere, right? And I was able to slim down quite a lot, gave me the confidence to be able to get a scholarship. And at the time I said, hey, I want to develop an international portfolio by working with people and experience their unique culture. I got no idea what the hell I was saying at the time, because I haven't traveled before, right? So I don't know how I came up with that. But deep down, that was what I wanted. I wanted the freedom. Yeah, and I was very grateful because my scholarship company gave me the money. Then I went to learn skydiving. So I actually went to Europe because I wanted to become a professional skydiver. At the time I thought, hey, why not? Because I can do the things I love, then I can travel also. And I lived in Europe for 1 year. It was the best time of my life. Can wake up every day at like 9 a.m., go for coffee, no need to work. Yeah, so I even brought my parents over there to travel. But the thing was that my parents are not very well to do. We come from an average family. I'm the only child, and they are already 61 this year. And actually, I was able to live like this, right, only because I borrowed money to fund my lifestyle. Yeah, so once my money ran out, right, I had to come back to Singapore. It was very painful because after you experience paradise, coming back is like the worst feeling ever. If you travel there, you know what I mean. Like, you travel for 2 or 3 weeks, you come back, oh, shit, must work me. Yeah, so that was how I felt like. And ever since then, right, I've been searching for a way to be able to recreate that kind of dream life. Because that was what I really wanted, that was what I experienced. And this is my dream, to be able to camp under the stars, skydive every day, ski whenever I want to, and sip coffee, not have to work, in Vietnam. So the issue was that I realized that my daytime engineering job, right, if I stay till I'm 60, there was no way that I can recreate that kind of dream life. And ever since then, I've been searching for a way, and I'm very grateful that I met my business mentor, Ping, who actually introduced to me the business. If she didn't, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be able to create a kind of dream life. Yeah, so sometimes you never know that the people you meet actually can change your life forever, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to teach you guys how to invite, and actually invitation is a skill that you already have. If you invite your spouses to come for dinner, if you invite your friends to come for your house to play mahjong, that's also invitation, right? So step one, we have to first look for the people that we want to invite. Otherwise, you'll just be there yourself, right? So that's where we learn from Jovina that you need to write our name list down first. That's a good place to start. And now I'm going to teach you how to contact and invite, which is as simple as picking up the phone and texting, right? And we must show the plan. If you don't know what you're doing, then you're not running a business, right? You're just like chit-chatting. And sometimes they won't say yes right away, so we have to follow up and follow through. Now, the name list in itself is a resource, but it's not fixed. The gist of it is that you have to constantly expand your name list. In fact, you can invite anybody. If you look at this business, right, what I saw was a business that allows me to travel, allows me to create time and financial freedom, allows me to have better health, allows me to be able to help other people create the same thing too. Now, if you think about it, who doesn't want to travel? Who doesn't want to retire? Who doesn't want to have time or financial freedom? Who wants to live down their savings all the time? So anybody needs new skin, right? So that's our gift we can share to the world. And you can look through your name list. You can also have emails. You can prospect the person who is trying to prospect you. You can also share on social media, right? It's like that's when the insurance plan, financial planner comes for me, like yes. Yeah. And you can also join the clubs if you don't have friends. In the beginning, I didn't have much friends because I didn't connect with people in the past, right? So I have to use other ways. And there are simple steps. Let's say you meet anybody, let's say on the streets. First step, we always must connect first. Because if the person don't know you, then you invite them, but it's very strange. How it feels like is like you walk around in a shopping mall, some say, hey, come into my store. I give you the beauty sample, you take, you go in, you know, confirm sales is going on already, right? So you want to connect first, and it only takes less than 3 minutes to connect with somebody. If you're on the phone, you can send a greeting if you haven't met the person in a while. Calling people nowadays is not very common, especially among young people, but you can send a text, it still works. If you use social media, like some of our teammates, you can actually send them a private message, you can like their post so that they know that you're there, right? And validation always works. Or face-to-face, like what I said, if somebody approaches you, you can start getting to know them and exchange contacts, right? And you can contact them the next time. If you don't exchange contacts, then it's a waste of opportunity. And there are times where I regretted not having exchange contacts. Yeah, and you can start by just saying hello, or giving them a compliment, and start things going, right? And you must be urgent, because if you're not urgent, like the meeting doesn't seem to happen, it's like going nowhere. And you have to take the lead. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, you have to take the lead, because most people are very passive. If somebody comes up to you taking the lead, right, most of the time they have their own intention also. Yeah, so we can do the same. And when we invite, right, we always give them 2 options. You have to give them the options. If you don't, right, sometimes you'll say, like, hey, let's meet up for coffee someday. Someday never comes, right? Yeah, so you must tell them, hey, what about meeting up for coffee next week? How's your schedule like next week? Does Monday or Tuesday work? Or Saturday or Sunday? You can even tell them like where you want to meet. You don't have to chase after them all over Singapore because it's not very efficient. So you must confirm the time, the day, and also the place. Otherwise, the meeting is not happening, right? And once you set up, then you can go already. Don't loiter around, like the 英文不散 or the ghost loitering around. Yeah. So, how the slides different? Okay. Just one more. Okay, great. Okay, so after you invite, right? Wow, that's stress already. Shit, how? What to say on the meeting, right? But actually, that's the best part. You work so hard to invite already. That's the best part. Yeah. So when you go on the meeting, right? It's very common to be awkward in the beginning. It's normal. If you suddenly very close connected, people might think it's right? So it's normal. Yeah. But how do you break past that nervousness fast, right? Is to actually ask questions. I like that a lot. Because you ask questions, they're the one that's stressed. You're not stressed, just sitting down and wait, right? So I like to ask questions like, okay, so how are you doing right now? What kind of work are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, right? So you chit-chat a bit, and you need to find out their needs. Why? Because if you don't find out their needs, then you're just like shooting in the dark. But once you find out the needs, right, then you can position the business in a way that you can help them, right? And that's why I mentioned like the form DHL. Personally, right, you can also pick 2 or 3. I notice that there's always 2 or 3 that you feel very passionate about. Like for me, it's money, dreams, and health and lifestyle. Yeah, because to me, I'm a young boy. Young man. I still see myself as a young boy. So yeah, family is not my main thing. So if you meet a young person like me, talk to them about, if you have kids in the future, they might not be able to relate. But if you talk to them about dreams, wow, they have big dreams, young people, they want to travel, then it's something that they can resonate with. So once you find out hot buttons, then instantly they trust you more, they connect with you more. Yeah. So that's what we do. We find out the information first. Then you open the conversation, right? Talk less. Firstly, talking a lot is very tiring, and it's more effective when you listen more, because that's how you can get the information, right? And asking questions is the best way, like what I mentioned. Now, control the conversation. If you guys have met people already, right, it's probably, you will know what I mean, that sometimes the conversation seems to lead nowhere. They're sitting there 2 hours, it's like going on and on, the person doesn't seem to stop talking. Yeah, so you must direct them back sometimes. You need to ask the right questions to steer. And the best thing I learned is begin with the end in mind. What is the end game? What is it you want to achieve? For this business, right, what we need to do is look for business partners and customers, right? So that's the end game. How can I help this person with the products? How can I help this person with the business? And once you have this intention, somehow you'll get there. It's very magical. And a successful meeting, right, always ends with the next appointment. Because if you, let's say you create curiosity, right, you make the person like very excited already. Then you don't tell them what to do next. It's like just laying down, hey, what's going on? So you must tell them, hey, what's the next step? You can come to our events, you can meet our business mentors. Yeah, so you need to so. And sometimes they won't say yes right away. Most people will not say yes right away. And I learned very quickly on is that no doesn't mean never. It just means stop now. In fact, the best salespeople or the best people that can sell are children. Some of the moms in this room, if your kids tells you no, if your kids say they want something and you tell them no, right, they don't just stop, right? They keep asking you why. 15 minutes later they have an ice cream in their hand already. So that's how it is, right? It's quite amazing. Yeah, and it's in the numbers also because, And what you're doing is basically you're just looking for the people who are ready. I used to spend a lot of time on people who are not ready. It's like trying to convince a cow to fly. It doesn't really work. It's so tiring. And you want to invite the people that just now you mentioned the name list, right? The successful people, the happy people. Invite the right people to take a look at this opportunity. They are willing to work to have a better life. And the average distributor joins under 5 exposure. I share with you how I joined. First meeting, my friend, my business mentor, invited me up for dinner. She didn't even eat, she was just sharing a personal story. So halfway she took out her Lumi Spark. I was very confused, what is that? Because I don't use beauty gadgets, right? It's a guy, he was vibrating, it was wet, I was like, what is this? I don't know, right? So I was very confused, but what attracted me was the TR90. So the next person I met was Aizu. She showed me about the TR90. And at the time, I slimmed down a lot, but I was still quite chubby. Right? My visceral fat was very high. I realized my body age was 40 plus, so I was still very unhealthy. And that was what attracted me. But the one that sealed the deal was Dr. Lam. She showed me the comp plan. And once I saw that, I was like, it's my favorite product. Yeah, so it takes quite a few exposures to be able to get somebody started. But most of us quit after the second try. Your friend says no, my friend don't like me, how? Yeah, then die. Yeah. Very important. Analyze to improve every time. If you keep doing the same thing, it doesn't work, right? Then you should try something else. Sometimes it's only changing 1 or 2%, right? You have magical results. So here are some power prospecting lines that you can try. Some of these are my favorite. So if I could show you a way to have more time to do whatever you want to do, would you be interested? This prompts them to think. What is the exit strategy for people who are working? So let me take photo first. So here are some examples. One of my favorite lines is like, what is your dream? Have you found a way to achieve your dreams? Yeah, so you can figure it out. You can come up with your own power lines. Basically, you need to find out the information first, then you can position in such a way to hit the hot buttons, right? And this is a favorite. So this is by Laura Kao, who builds her business 100% by co-prospecting. She used to run after people on the street, stop them in a taxi, and telling them this. Yeah. So whatever works. So how do you plan the meeting, right? If you don't want to meet people for 2 or 3 hours, firstly it's very tiring for yourself and also for them also. So I used to do this in the past, like takes very long, and I realized that because I was wasting time on the wrong person. If the right person is very fast, 30 minutes can count immediately. So 1 hour, right? First 15 minutes, very important to build trust. Like what I said, if the person don't trust you, you present to them the business, they can start with somebody else, right? So how do you build trust very fast? They must like you as a person, and they must know things about you. So if you keep asking questions, and you don't share about yourself, they also don't know who you are, right? Or if you keep sharing about yourself, and you don't ask them questions, then they also don't know who they are, and they feel like, hey, how come it's always you talking, right? So all these things, one of the qualifying phrases, you need to be in the court, you need to be doing it, then you will know what I mean, right? So this is actual combat experience. The simple tool is that you need to share about yourself to create emotional connection and also to ask them qualifying questions. So once you find out about them, in 15 minutes, the next 30 minutes you can start planning, hey, how can I help this person? Not what can I get from them, how can I help them? This is a very powerful thing. Because if you help people, Zig Ziglar said it best, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. And that's how we run this business as well. So you can share a personal story, why you're doing this business, and you can see from their face, they can start resonating with it. I think you know you hit the hot buttons. Then you can invite to take a look at the business, or you can show them about the products. Sometimes I can meet a person for the very first time, I can close them, completely stranger. Yeah, so if you do this well, you can get to that stage. But of course, it's not everybody. And if you can't seem to close them, right, your last 5 minutes, you can create curiosity for the next exposure. You can share about your mentors, Dr. Lam, share about Chris Wan, share about Aizu, share about something interesting. Like, you have this guy who is like, used to work for Lee Hsien Loong, and went into stockbroking. His house is worth 18 million now. Yeah, so it's like things like this. The other person will be like, hey, why is he doing this business, right? Yeah, so that's how you can try. And 5 to 10 minutes, you can close and you can confirm the next appointment. Remember, you must confirm the next appointment. So if you have started inviting, right, you might have realized that not everybody will say yes. I share with you a story. I'm quite young, 28, I don't have much business, 27, I don't have much business experience. But I used to be a very introverted and closed-off kid when I was younger. The experience that I relied on was actually in terms of dating. So I share with you this thing that I learned in dating very quickly. I remember I went to Germany for 1 year. At the time, I got no network, I got no experience, I got no skills because I haven't really dated before. I was single for 9 years. But all I wanted was, I really wanted to find a German girlfriend. Because at the time I thought it was quite cool, and I was like, why not, right? So I went to Germany. My first 6 months, I just thought about it. I was like, it'd be nice to have. Then I didn't really take any action. So 6 months later, I'm like, I still haven't had any dates. Yeah, so I was like, time is running out, right? Better do something. So the next 6 months, I was very urgent. I'm like, better go and start approaching. So I end up approaching like 500 people. Yeah. Sometimes I just run up to them, say hi, next thing they say bye. That's already. Yeah. Very beautiful. But then I persisted, and I realized that actually 99% of people would at least stop and listen to you. Right? I used to be very insecure about my eyes. I thought they were very small. So I used to be much bigger. And if you see my face is like all the features in the center, and so I used to be very insecure about that. And what I did was I just did what I could. I just keep approaching people. And over time, 500 of them, right, I realized that half of them actually willing to give me their number, right? Then I realized also that sometimes they just friendly, just DQ so you can go. But then, 50 people turn out on a date, right? So that was a success for me. And out of those 50, right, 10 of them, we started a relationship. And one of them became my German girlfriend. Yeah, so that's quite similar to this experience, right? You can't expect everybody to say yes. But if you keep trying, if you have the end game in mind, eventually you will get there. And of course, you must put in the work. You need to share with other people because you don't know how this thing can help them, right? Sometimes, I think about it, I'm very grateful that my mentor had the courage to share with me. If they didn't, I would still be doing the same thing. I wouldn't have found this amazing business opportunity. And a lot of times, in the beginning, it might seem tough, right? But I can tell you very confidently that on the other side of fear lies a whole new world of possibilities, and that's what I discovered. And to achieve goals you've never achieved before, you need to start doing things you've never done before. Yeah, so that's the end of my segment.